Hello, Darkmoon Doll here. I decided to do a video for Freeform Dreadlock Talk, and I want to talk specifically about black men and what they say that they like about Freeform Dreadlocks or they don't like about Freeform Dreadlocks, or the lies that have been told to people, black women who have Freeform Dreadlocks. I'm going to get into it. Here's an experience I had with a man who has Freeform Dreadlocks and was telling me, Mike, wow, your dreadlocks are beautiful, just accolades, talking about how beautiful I am and all this kind of stuff, right? I go over to his Instagram, and he's like checking out all these women with straight hair, wigs, weaves, and things like that. So there's a lot of African American men who say that they like natural hair, but they won't shy away from a black woman with a weave or a wig on. And that doesn't make sense to me. If you have natural hair and you appreciate your natural hair, why are you going to date somebody who's wearing fake hair? It just doesn't make sense to me. But it makes sense to the person who's doing it. So it just it's not built in any kind of rhyme or reason, just the fact that don't pass anybody up just because they may be wearing a weave or a wig. They could still be a good person. But if you're professing that you prefer women with natural hair, and specifically Freeform Dreadlocks, but then you're looking at all these other women, a lot of them scantily clad. I mean, whatever, I don't care about how people express themselves, how much clothes they wear or don't wear, because in a real life, in reality, we all came into this world naked. So, but here's the thing: is that there's so much artificiality when it comes to Freeform Dreadlocks these days. A lot of people are just wearing it like it's a wig, like it's a fashion statement, and that's people's prerogative. I'm not going to be here to tell people how to live their life and what to do, but I get tired of having black men come into my Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and talking about how, oh, you're so beautiful and natural and shit like that. But then you look at their profile and the people that are following them, a lot of them are black women with processed hair, weaves and wigs, and dressing with any clothes on. And I'm not judging people who dress like that. I'm just saying that don't pretend to be one thing when you're actually just the opposite. And that's really, it's really stupid. It really is. People get up on Instagram and social media looking at your photos and trying to decide whether or not you're easy prey, it feels like. And just saying all kinds of weird, compliments and stuff like that with no real sincerity involved. It's just all lustful. And I think a lot of times people still have this misconception that black women specifically, Freeform Dreadlocks, were wild, will do anything, will do all kinds of shit, freaky shit, because that's just how we are. No, this is not true. Just because my hair isn't like done at a salon and it's not pressed straight to my head, or it doesn't mean that I'm loose and ready to go. No, I'm not. And if you are, then you are. But that's not me. And I am tired of these assumptions that that's what I'm all about. And that's not what I'm all about. Yeah, sure, I'll wear clothing that looks a little more revealing because it's fucking hot. When it gets hot, I do that. I'm not trying to dance around and do a striptease. And I don't care if people like doing that. That's nothing I have a problem with. What I have a problem with is the lies of someone telling you all this stuff. And this has probably been happening to a lot of black women with Freeform Dreadlocks. I love your hair, your natural hair. I love it when black women wear their natural hair. Then you go to the man's profile, and all they got is mainly photos of black women with straight pressed hair, wigs, or weaves, And here's the thing, is that there's a lot of women who wear the weaves and wigs get mad and say, don't judge me because I have a weave or wig on, and I'm looking all self-conscious all the time. When I'm around these type of women, I'm not even saying anything bad about their hair. But they judge me because I'm not the ideal of perfection what your hair is supposed to look like. But this is stupid because you got the same fucking hair as I have. Only reason why it doesn't look like it because either you pressed it straight out, you got a wig, or you got a weave going. So you're not any better than me. That's the thing, is that people with natural hair, with freeform dreadlocks, especially women, they're not necessarily walking around making fun of people who have weaves and wigs on. But the people that have weaves and wigs on are making fun of me. Thinking I'm crazy, thinking I need to get with the program, thinking I need to tame this kitchen in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things are just really annoying to me, and this world is becoming overly sexualized too. I've noticed that with a lot of people, and it's nothing wrong with being a sexual being, but it's getting to the point where the naked body is not seen as sacred anymore. Especially with all these people just shaking their asses on Instagram posts and stuff like that, and saying, don't objectify me, or, you know what I mean, or I'm shaking my ass for the Lord. I love the Lord. And as you're saying, I love the Lord, you're in these provocative sexual positions. I don't think there's anything wrong with sex at all. I think it's natural. It's nothing wrong with sex. I'm not a prude, as I said before. As you've seen a lot of my art, you know that I'm not a prude. But I'm getting tired of this overly sexualized social media, to the point of I don't really want to be on there, Get on there, post what I got to put out in there, and then get the fuck off. It's just annoying to me, all this fakeness, because you can be fake on the internet easily. And I'm tired of, specifically black men coming up onto my Instagram and saying, I love the way your natural hair looks. Because then you go to like I said, you go to their Instagram just to get an idea of who's following you and who they're following, and you see that and you're like, oh my God. I mean, this person's following a bunch of sex workers and all this other stuff. Hey, if you're a sex worker, go for it. That's your deal. But I don't need some dude lying to me, telling me all this stuff, and then you go to their profile, and they're looking at all this stuff. It's like overly stimulated, sexually overly stimulated. A lot of people are. They are. There is a such thing as too much. There is a such thing as too much. Too much of what you consider to be a good thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just, someone might chalk it up to, oh, it's just your age, you're getting older. Now, I felt like this all my life, and I've noticed this really weird phenomenon going on. Dudes will say, and it's been specifically black dudes that I've been experiencing this with. I'm not trying to come down hard on black men, but that's been my experience with black men, is that they'll say, oh, I love how natural you look, and how you do your hair. How your hair is natural, it's not processed and all this shit. And then they go off and start watching and looking at photos of women that are just the opposite. What kind of fucking shit does that makes no sense. And do black men really appreciate a black woman's hair? The natural coarse texture. I'm talking about 4C, low porosity, tightly coiled hair. I even had this black guy who was telling me, your hair looks great and all this. I like how it's natural and how you just let it do what it does. And I went to his Instagram, and he's got a bunch of white women on there with straight hair, doing these very sexually provocative poses and shit. So, it's some weird shit going on in the internet. In it, around it. There's a lot of weird shit going on. And a lot of times they'll look at black women with freeform dreadlocks and just think we're a bunch of freaks. that we'll just get down and do dirty and do whatever just because of the way that we look. And by saying I love a black woman with natural hair, all natural look, that's just a way of getting into your dress, getting into your undies. Seriously, it feels like that's all about. Just instant gratification, quick fix, quick stimulation. Bang and I'm done. A quickie. It just feels really dirty and dishonest and deplorable. It just feels, I don't like it. I mean, maybe I'm in the wrong century for sure, because it's just, I can't relate to this fake and phony, for real, and I don't like that at all. I like it when people are upfront with me and don't tell me a bunch of sugar-coated bullshit, Is this to make you feel good by telling yourself that you like black women with their natural hair, especially freeform dreadlocks? Is that for your benefit? Is that for everyone else's benefit to see you a certain way? You know what I'm saying? And especially with all this Black Lives Matter stuff that went popping off in 2020, when it got really crazy, all of a sudden you see a ton of ads featuring black women with 4C hair. All these products get geared towards black women with 4C hair. Why is that? Why is it that they care all of a sudden? What is this shit? This world is fucked. It is. It's really fucked. And that's all I can say about that, really. Just be who you are. Continue to be who you are. And don't fall for the foolishness. There's a lot of foolishness out there that's going on that can get people wrapped up in a really crazy mess. And social media has done a lot to destroy many people's lives. I'm serious. It gets to this dramatic crescendo of crazy on social media. So it's always best to just put what you got to put up there and be done. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you can understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you can. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes and shares. And thank you for your kind comments. Yeah, leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this topic I'm speaking on. Concerned to see what... I am not concerned. I am curious to see what people have to say about what I just talked about. But whatever, we'll see what happens, what people have to say. I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to what I've experienced. Yep. Alrighty, guys. If you want to donate to my channel, you can go to my PayPal, my Google Pay, or my Cash App. In exchange for your donation, I can create a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork for you, or I can create a video based on a topic of your choosing. With that said, brightest blessings to y'all. I'll see you soon, and continue to be who you are, your own unique self. No matter what.